Chapter 620 Yewu Chen is too ugly to be seen. Part 3 An elder was sitting cross-legged at the depths of the Demon Beast mountain range. Sunlight was enveloping his body. It was as though he was being coated with a layer of gold sands. His snow-white hair fluttered with the breeze when a breeze blew past. The elder seemed to have felt something as he abruptly opened his eyes and commented, "That brat has finally returned. But he has brought some guests with him." Someone, open the entrance door to welcome our honored guests. He stood up while he said that. A white robe soared to the sky and quickly vanished from the back mountains. "Little you, we are here." Mo-11 blinked his eyes as he smiled adorably and said, "Grandfather must be waiting for me inside. Let's quickly head in. I can't wait to introduce little you to grandfather." Yu shook her head helplessly. She had already prepared to terminate her contract with Mo-11 when she decided to come here. Mo-11 had initiated the contract to save her life previously. But she had too many enemies, so she didn't want to implicate him further. Moreover, she was certain that the old man of the Mo family had wanted to meet her regarding the contract. There wasn't any grandfather that will allow his grandson to be in danger. "Let's go." Yu's brows raised. Her expression softened as she looked at the two men at her side. No matter if Mo-11 was being tied to her with contract or not, that youth would always be her friend. "Little young master, you are finally back." A crude voice was suddenly heard before them. A well-built man landed before them from the sky. Boom! The ground of the entire mountain range shook for a moment. That man rubbed his head. He laughed openly as he welcomed. These two should be the guests that the head had mentioned. "I am Xiangshan, Bear Mountain. You can just call me Boss Xiang." "Little young master, the head is waiting for all of you inside." Mo-11 smiled jubilantly. That smile of his was even more dazzling than the sunlight. "Uncle Xiang, quickly bring us to meet grandfather. It has been ages since I met grandfather after he tossed me out of the Demon Beast mountain range." Mo-11 grieved a little upon saying that. Grandfather wanted him to train solitarily, so he tossed him to such a terrifying place. If he didn't meet Xiao Yu, he wouldn't know what to do. "Everyone, please come with me." Boss Yang chuckled before he turned around to head toward the mountain. The Demon Beast mountain range was several tens of thousands meters deep as the old man of the Mo family lived at its depth. Thus, even if it were people from the four large families, they wouldn't dare to venture casually into the mountain range. Hence, nobody saw the ancestral hall at the feet of the mountain. There was an elder that had both of his hands relaxing behind his back outside the ancestral hall. His white robes fluttered in the breeze, making him look immortal-like. Deep thoughts was expressed on his face, but nobody knew what he was thinking. "Grandfather, I'm back," a clear voice finally made the elder to come back to his eyes. His face relaxed as he turned his head toward the youth that was walking over toward him under the sunlight. A smile appeared on his elderly face. "Moer, you have finally returned. How was life outside? Did you make any improvements?" Mo11 pursed his lips as he said pitifully, "Those humans were really horrifying. Everyone seems to want to eat me. I've also killed several of them accidentally. Grandfather, I really didn't do that on purpose, it was those people that were too much." If Mo11 shifted his gaze toward Muruu before continuing, "If it wasn't for little you, I most certainly would have been eaten up by those people. I heard from Wang Qian that there were several human traffickers out there. They will use incapacitating agents to knock people unconscious before eating them. Furthermore, it was you, grandfather, that tossed me out to that kind of place.